Welcome to your Pisces horoscopes for the week of the 14th through the 20th of April. It's the last week of Mercury retrograde. It goes direct at some point next week, and we'll still have a bit of a shadow period. So things will still be a little bit wonky there for a week or so, but I think we've made it, actually. I think we've made it. In all honesty, this Mercury retrograde, I've seen a lot of good come out of it. I've seen some hiccups and some things that are kind of frustrating and annoying, but a lot of good coming out of it, which is really good. But we still have those little delays and things just not working properly, and the normal Mercury retrograde glitches that tend to happen. We have a lot going on this week. Still has Saturn, Mars, and Neptune all focused on long-term goals here this week. Um, would say Saturn and Mars, particularly in a sextile with Jupiter and Uranus, which are moving very closely into conjunction with each other this week. So they're working very closely together. And their focus really is on bringing support towards your long-term goals. And Uranus in this is actually very interesting. Jupiter's all about expansion, so it's growing that support system. Uranus is like a particular kind of support. It's not the normal support that you would normally reach for. It's sort of kind of out of the box, maybe even a little bit crazy ideas, but they work. It's somebody that comes in and shows you a way that you never would have thought about. But when you look at it, you go, you know what? This might just be crazy enough to actually work, if that makes sense. So it's something that is very different. And it's that very different support that puts the extra magic. It's the cherry on top of everything that you're trying to get together right now. So it's kind of magical, which is nice. And there really are no challenges until we get to the end of the week, Friday and Saturday, when the moon moves into opposition with all three planets in your sign. And the moon's focus really, it moves from focus on the past and to focus on the mind and how the mind works. And this actually gives you a really good opportunity, not just to see how your mind can get in the way of you achieving your goals now, but how it has in the past. And when you identify that, and it's very easy, we want to go directly to, well, it's because of this person. This person is at fault for this. And I say it's easy to do so because it takes the responsibility off of us when we say it's somebody else's fault. If I go around and I blame all of my trauma, or I'm sorry, all of my lack of success on my upbringing, which includes my parents, a step parent, other people, I'm not taking accountability for what I'm doing right now. And that's why it's such an easy option for most people to point the finger at other people, because it takes the heat off of ourselves. But that doesn't help us either get where we're going. We just kind of sit in this miserable, I'm not going anywhere place, and that's not good. So the moon is kind of coming in and bringing this up as it's been brought up a million times before. But this time is an opportunity to see precisely what you're using as an excuse, who you're using as an excuse, but really understanding that it's the fact that you are more mentally focused on that than you are your success and your goals. And it helps you by identifying that this is happening. It helps you to rewire that so that you're not looking at it in that way. You're looking at it in a more productive way. You're looking at it in a way that says, I want success and I need these things to come up so I can eliminate them. So they're not continuing to come up and get in the way of my progress, if that makes sense. So there's a lot of energy going towards progress in your long-term goals. And we're really going to start moving into specifically looking at long-term career goals. So you definitely want to take the time to identify the quote unquote excuses that you've made from here and from the beginning of the time that you started making excuses, which for most of us was childhood, so that you can see the patterns that you've developed over the years and possibly break them so they don't keep coming up and getting in the way of your progress. So that being said, that's what I have for you guys. I'm Melissa Bruce, Heavy Metal Psychic. I will see you guys next week. And in the meantime, you guys have a productive, have a successful, have a wonderful week. And I will see you next week.